pinned in the notes, but the meetings was registered, so we will refine the notes, and if something is missing, please intervene or clarify. But it was a very interesting discussion, as I think Flavia can confirm.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Ciro. Yes, as I said, it was very, very interesting discussion, and as you said, many points raised and are really crucial for us. So thank you very much again. I leave the floor to Silvia, I assume, or Juliana. I don't know who is taking part. Okay, Maria Juliana for the room 2, please.
Yes, thank you, Flavia. So we discussed in our room, in the second room, the trends and factors with the participants. I'm going to share my screen in a second. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so
if you put presentation, maybe it's bigger because it's already.
See if it works because is it working?
Yeah, perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, so also from our side, overall it was validated this part of the framework, but we had as well some suggestions. The experts and the participants agreed mostly with our structure and selection, and they added these valuable points. I tried to divide them between trends and factors, but they can be horizontal. So as concerned the trends, a really significant point was to focus more on the gender dimension in the European and national context. So a more detailed understanding of gender disparities is needed to explore how gender influences access to education, training, and also employment opportunities, and how this affects also to skills mismatch. We had suggestions of key data sets that could contribute to our research. So data sources such as the Web Intelligence Hub, Global Trade Alert, and in the Spanish context, the field of education of new supply of university graduates that can provide valuable insights in labor market trends and supply demand dynamics. We also had the suggestion that the analysis must account for macroeconomic trends like the global trade, as it plays a key role in shaping labor demand. So understanding also the trade flows and industrial shifts, and this can help to anticipate emerging occupations and skill needs. National and EU-level industrial and trade policies should be viewed as well as central to forecasting future labor market needs. So these policies directly influence sectoral development, so also the types of occupations that will emerge or decline. Historical biases should be considered. It was a significant suggestion because particularly those affecting specific ethnicities or social groups continue to influence educational and occupational outcomes. So this should be considered when evaluating the causes and the consequences of skills mismatches. Digital and green skills remain crucial, but equal emphasis should be placed on horizontal, so transferable skills such as communication, critical thinking, adaptability, because these are increasingly valued across sectors and can, of course, support mobility also across sectors. And evidence suggests it seems that individuals who pursue careers outside their field of academic specialization are not necessarily disadvantaged. So this raises questions on the validity of existing metrics used to measure skill mismatches, and so to understand and to have a more flexible and inclusive definitions when analyzing them. As concerns the factors, improving coordination across sectoral sectors and levels of governance, especially at the local level, is essential. Given the wide range of stakeholders involved in skill development, stronger horizontal collaboration should be considered. This is a really important factor. Analysis should move beyond the field, not only in the field of educational attainment, but the field of education overall, to understand also current and future labor market needs. We had a specific example from Italy. There is the increasing need to improve the use of administrative data, reduce the dependence on informal channels for recruitment and labor market intelligence. So there is an over-reliance on informal networks that has led to the underutilization of formal administrative data. So there is also a misapplication of classification taxonomies, and these heavily affect also the labor market mismatches. The rise of AI and digitalization presents not only technical challenges, but also ethical concerns. So these technologies require an ongoing assessment of their impact also on job displacement, skills requirements, and also the changing role of key stakeholders in the labor ecosystem. And also the public sentiment towards technology can affect individuals' willingness to engage in learning and upskilling. So also addressing this misconception through effective communication and policy design is crucial to ensure that no one is left behind this digital transition.
Thank you very much, Juliana. I see some of these issues also are complementary with those that were described and discussed in room 1. So we might really interesting also from that side. So I leave the floor, I don't know, Lucas or Katarzyna,
Katarzyna
to present what came out from room 3.
Okay.
And,
I hope it will work and
yeah,
that you
absolutely.
hear me. Works, yeah, okay. So of course, as you remember, the discussion in our break room was so intense that even you have to ask us to stop. And of course, because of that, I couldn't put everything or only slogans which might be not very clear for you, but thanks to recording, we always may dig a little deeper. So just to wrap up everything, what was interesting in the very beginning, the key question was actually what is the definition of effectiveness we are going to use. We start with determinants, and it's also a tricky question because in different research we were looking in, the definition was different. So the very first point was about what kind of definition of effectiveness we use, and as well as very important question about indicators. Then there was a voice which emphasized the importance to take into consideration the temporal structure of outcomes. So not only the outcomes which are right after some actions, but also the long-term results, and it was connected with the question about if we use or base our work on theory of change. Very interesting voice was about stackability of qualification achievements, going along with gratification framework, which is based on 5 or 7 steps. Every step takes from 2 to 6 months to develop qualification, plus also the possibility, especially nowadays, because 5 years ago, how one of our member of our break room mentioned 5 years ago, nobody knows how to use it. So maybe micro-credential as well. There was also important idea or question, actually, what are the interactions between the 4 parts of the analytical models? Are there like 1 by 1, or 1 to many, or many to 1? And if it might be helpful to understand the flow of interaction. Also very important, but from, let's say, practical point of view or market point of view, was to observe or to make research on trends and changes, nowadays changes, but also the future changes in labor market. And it might include also the future needs and demands on market. And like in the time ahead, we may reskills or upskills some groups of people on the market. if I am not lost now, it should be also, yeah, this is exactly about reskilling and upskilling specific groups, concrete groups, especially those with limited or not opportunities to upskilling and reskilling, what to do, how to handle with them. And last but not least, and especially only those which I put on this screen, because there are much more thoughts and reflection, it's to put together, to work together, to collaborate between the, let's say, academy and action which already are or have been introduced to market. So enhancing the link between labor market research and policy making, plus cooperation and information exchange of existing tools and policies already which are in use. So this is very fast on what we were talking about, and for sure I didn't fill it with all the thoughts, but we will work on it. Thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you again also, Katarzyna. I think, yeah, most of this, you also touch upon the interaction between all the parts of the framework. I see also from the discussions that we had that several points have been covered in different way in the different rooms. So for sure, this is important because at least I think we are really, I don't know you, but I'm really, really very happy for all this contribution because for sure I think that will help us to clarify all these aspects. We have already running out of time. I was assumed to make some recap to summarize the main messages from all the discussion. I think, as I said, that there are several elements that are recurring. We saw so this part of this granularity in the target groups, but also in the relation within the policy that we are designing, the attention on the different elements, maybe stressing a little bit more some individual characteristic among the factors alongside all the others. All the aspects that are referring also on the complexity and multidimensionality of all the issues that we are covering from LMP's policy, but also the concept itself of skill mismatch that brings forward the several challenges that we might want to reflect. So really happy, really thank you very much, because I think across these background groups we have gathered a rich set of insights about how the framework can be further refined and further enhanced. Especially also, I'm very happy because some suggestion, recommendation also to make it more relevant and more practical. Yannis also for the further step and the further refinement, also in connection with the observatory and the technological infrastructure. So this feedback is extremely valuable for us in work package 1, but for all the entire project, I think. And be sure that it will feed directly into the next stage of our work, that is now refining and consolidate today's input and integrate into the analytical framework. The analytical framework, we have still some times to reflect and refine. I'm looking to my coordinator, but I think that this insight, this richness that we explored today, it's deserve a lot of attention and a lot of attention to really exploit all these aspects and explode and refine in these elements. Your contribution today, just to move on the next step. So the next step is that we will work and finalize the framework. As I anticipated, maybe at the very beginning, but not maybe so importantly, the framework itself is based on two very rich report. I say rich, understanded. I think each report is more of 100 pages. So maybe, and while the analytical framework was made by purpose, very streamlined, very focused, and in some cases, some of the suggestion is to make it even more streamlined and even more attentive, especially in the language, to be not for researcher only, but looking at the policymakers. So on this, we will pay attention. But this is something that came to my mind because many of the discussion that was also suggested is included in some of this report. So maybe we can include in the analytical framework some cross-references to the report themselves, so we can see how this can be done, or in any case, just reflecting also this aspect that will be included. So the analytical framework is the main output, but it goes along with these two reports. And as I was saying, importantly, your contribution today is not an isolated exercise. In the next work package 2, we will establish a community of practice where many of you, or most of you, will be invited, of course, to join the exchange. So the idea of continuously keeping this exchange between us and you will be really crucial for our activities and for making all the deliverables that we are working on really in line with what is the sensitivity and the elements that comes from the different experience and the background of all the stakeholders that we are consulting, but I can say working together. So today's discussion, I think, is the starting point of a chain of work that will run through all the entire project, and we will be very happy and proud of doing that. So I don't know, Yannis, if you want to say something more, but from my side, on behalf especially of the work package 1 team, I want really to thank you warmly, all the participants, for your engagement and for the expertise you shared with us, so that, as I say, that this dialogue is really important and will allow us to make the framework both conceptually strong and most of all practically meaningful. And before I close and I leave, I don't know, Yannis, if you want to say something more. Let me also take a moment to thank all my colleagues of the work package 1 teams, those IIRS. Here is a part of the Ciro Ciarimboli, Maria Juliana Ciari Camargo, Silvia Castellazzi, of course, and Elena Ferrari. There are some others that in the back I've also supported, but this is the core team, and for sure all the team that we work together of the Gdansk Technology University, led by Lukas Sankiewicz, and Katarzyna is also here with him, but there are also other colleagues from that side. So I really want to thank you, because we made a huge work. We have contributed to the development of this, and I think the hard work and dedication over the past months have made today's discussion possible. So thank you very much from my side. And then, yes, we have overload the timing. So I leave Yannis, I don't know if you want to say a very final, definitive word. Otherwise, we
Nothing
can
else
close.
from my side. Many thanks to everyone for the participation, and especially with teams working in this amazing work. We really appreciate your contribution today, and we will get back to you with the presentations and more information, hopefully our analytical framework. Many thanks for everything.
Thank you again.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.